The Super Media Bros podcast is a founding member of the OddPods Media Network.
Super Media Bros.
Is it just me, or did they hold SummerSlam a little earlier in August than they usually do?
I don't know, but I do remember, what was it, last year? It was actually in the summer.
Yeah, I think it was actually in July last year, which blows my mind.
I don't know why they don't just do that.
I don't know. Welcome to the Super Media Bros podcast, where two best friends give comedically informative takes on movies, music, wrestling, and more. I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
This is episode 287, and we are in the midst of summer, and we are covering WWE SummerSlam 2023 from Detroit, Michigan, the first from Detroit, Michigan since 1993, which we're going to be covering at the end of the month. But let's not jump 30 years back. Let's talk about now. Have you seen the poster art for this shit, right?
Yes, I have.
It looks like a Fast and Furious poster.
I know. I don't know what it is, but I really like it.
It's slick.
Specifically, I like the actual title card because I feel like the last few SummerSlam title cards have been kind of like...
Recycled,
but also it's the same problem that I have with a lot of WWE posters and logos and stuff is they come across too corporate. In my opinion, like I don't like, even though it fits the era that we are in very well, and it's all pristine and clean, it just looks so safe and overly polished. Maybe it's just my age, I don't know, but I much prefer like the 2013 like little run where it looked like an actual like beach themed font.
Yeah, I get that.
But this was cool too, just because it felt like it had a gimmick to it of some sort.
It's pretty much, the Motor City.
Right.
But I did dig like the pre-show package, sans Kid Rock, obviously, because God, what a fucking piece of shit. But besides that, the card was like, because we talked about this a little bit before we started recording.
Mm-hmm.
On paper, you shouldn't have had anything bad. There's 9 matches, and just looking at them again on paper, we've seen this pay-per-view, or PLE, but looking at it on paper, you're just like, God damn, this is fantastic. And then,
oh yeah,
bro, I've got to admit though, there were a couple of fucking drizzling shits.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right out of the gate. I didn't care about the Shayna and Ronda match going in because I think the buildup has been very lackluster and bland.
I'll give you a fucking prime example of that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was an MMA rules match until this fucking PLE was happening.
Yeah, and we'll get into that later, but once they showed like the promo package, like the actual like edit, whoever did that did a great job because the promo package got me into it. I was like, oh, wait, maybe I was just in a bad mood.
Same here. And before I forget, while we're on the subject of promo packages, did you notice the amount of promo packages they were showing for people that were not fucking booked on this PLE?
Yeah, the Trish match, I believe.
They legitimately left her and Becky Lynch off of this pay-per-view to give us that pile of shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back. I don't know at what point they advertised the Battle Royal. However, with what we have going for us, like as a fan base, as WWE as a company, I mean, I can't justify taking off that and not having LA Knight win something.
Right, and not to mention the fact that WWE legit had just signed a multi-year deal with Slim Jim.
Yeah, which, by the way, did you see the commercial?
Absolutely loved it. I fanboyed so hard because I loved that Not only was it a direct throwback to that exact Macho Man promo, but they had it on the TV in the background playing too, like in the commercial.
And hearing him, like his actual audio and everything, like all the pop flows are gone though.
Yeah, I think so.
Who gets any residuals or
whoever is in control of the estate?
Okay.
But we'll get into a lot of that in a minute. Let's jump in and just start from the opening contest and work our way up to the main event. And what a hell of an opening contest to lead with. It was Logan Paul versus Ricochet in an 18-minute match, which I say this every time we talk about a WWE Premium Live event that Logan Paul is a part of. It's fucking scary how much this man has taken to this industry like a fish to water. I haven't seen somebody do it like this since Angle. And that's a high fucking praise compliment.
Yes.
I don't care how you feel about Logan Paul. Of the two Paul brothers, he's the more tolerable one. He's the one I would like to, put support behind. I'm all about this endeavor here. No pun intended. But I'm all about this endeavor of his. And what a fucking great opponent to have on the opening with like Ricochet. God damn, they work really well together.
They really do. And then also just seeing them back and forth verbally. For one, Logan on his own podcast, that's always keeping the kayfabe alive there. That's pretty solid.
He's
I like that.
good at being smug and believable at being smug.
And I enjoy that. And also just like seeing even him mark out whenever Ricochet does the flip thing to the outside of the ring to like confront you. Even though you are working it into your character, you can tell that deep down he's just like, I just like this shit.
The spots in this match were absolutely great. The finish, though, like even Michael Cole fucking said,
I know.
He was just like, "Oh, that match was great, but the ending sucked." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I gotta agree with you." Although I know it's only because they're going to be doing more with each other in the future, and the way that Logan Paul had set it up, where he was just like, "Oh yeah," because like newsflash, Ricochet's wife or girlfriend or whatever, she's the fucking ring announcer, and it's like, okay, I see where this is going. He beat him with brass knucks.
Yeah.
And then, we get that horrible running. I don't know why this is a thing, but anytime a finish like this happens, have you ever noticed the referee has to like pretend something else is in the way, where he's like, oh, I'm not supposed to be looking at this moment?
Yeah. As I was watching it, I was like, has there ever been a match worked where the referee in storyline was sick? Now hear me out. You're laughing, but
no, because it is funny. Like I'm actually picturing like the referee
the match. Like, he's into his arm.
Oh my god!
And then in that split second, the heel being one step ahead, plotting, methodical, all that stuff, knows motherfucker's about to cough. And then whenever he does or sneezes or whatever the case may be, goes in for like a fucking low blow or something.
He's like, I'm gonna wait till that motherfucker hit the intro to Sweet Leaf by Black Sabbath. Then I'm gonna hit that motherfucker with these brass knucks. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like,
I had to throw a music reference out there.
But you see what I'm saying though? Like, because it's so stupid, but you're not burying the referee by doing that. The way that they've been doing it for decades now is burying him because they just look like they don't know how to do their job. That they're stupid. Who in this world has not gotten sick and then gone to work despite being sick?
Yeah, you got a point.
I know it's silly. It's so hokey. But if you're going to do the referee didn't see this kind of spot, make it make sense.
Yeah, give him a reason.
I don't know. Again, it's stupid, but like, I don't know.
Yeah. Logan Paul wins in 18 minutes.
Good match.
Absolutely. Then we move on to what they advertised as one of 4 main events. And I'm kind of thinking, guys, is it really 4 main events? Like,
no.
Can there really be 4 main events? No. Unless they're all 4 at the top of the card, they're not 4 main events. There's only 1 main event, and that's the fucking last match of the card.
Just call it what it is. It's a stacked card. Just call it that. It's equally as... I don't think anybody has ever bought an event or streamed an event saying, yeah, it has 4 main events. No, they've bought or streamed it because it's a stacked card.
Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar in their third match. The video package for this was amazing. You would swear that they've been feuding for decades at this point, the way that they built it with that package. And this match, in my opinion, is probably the best of their three that they've done.
Agreed.
And it's all to do with the psychology.
Which, I mean, it's Cody, so.
And Lesnar. I feel like Brock Lesnar is, I know we give him shit sometimes, and it's mostly to do with the fact that if it's him and Roman or, another big guy, it's just kind of like 2 or 3 moves and that's it. But we've mentioned this again several times. You put Lesnar in there with somebody he likes to work with and somebody smaller than him, by a slight amount, and he will give you one of the best fucking matches you've ever seen. And that is not even close to wrong here. He is so fucking smart.
Yes.
And I mean, not even just for his own booking smart. I mean, this man is smart. Like, this is the guy that when he got laid out by Drew McIntyre on the stage, he told him, pick the belt up and hold it over me.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving audible cues to other dudes because he knows what gets over with crowds, and he knows how to put himself and his opponent over where that match is going to be the most talked about fucking thing.
Which is so crazy to me because, like, so many people online want to say, oh, Brock doesn't even care about the business, blah, blah, blah. He was only in it for the money to begin with. I think that is true to a point, but as he's gotten older, I think he has realized, hey, I'm in the position I am now because of this.
Do you know how badass of an agent he would be in this company?
Dude, I never thought about that, but yeah.
Lesnar would be so good as somebody that the younger guys could pick his brain.
Mm-hmm.
As a producer of matches, like, he would be fucking fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Give it that fucking hardcore edge to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he knows, because, like, Lesnar likes to hard way, which I thought they were going to do in this match. Like, I want to get into the match itself.
Yeah.
Like, so there's a lot of moments where Lesnar keeps tossing Cody out of the ring where he's just going to fucking beat him by count out. And he's just like, fucking stay down. It's for your own good. And it's just like,
which I laughed my ass off.
Same. Like, I'm talking F5s his ass on the floor, throws him through the fucking table, like all kinds of shit. Cody Rhodes is getting his ass handed to him, but he's coming back. He's like, no, I'm not done. Like, you can read it on his lips. He's even said it out loud. He's like, I'm not done yet. And I immediately thought about Superhuman, like the YouTube guy. He's like, I'm not fucking done yet.
You know what it reminded me of? And at first this whole time, I've loved the matches, but I've hated the storyline because what is the storyline?
He needs to finish the story. That's what the story.
Well, no. I'm talking with Brock.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
Like, I never understood it, like.
I mean, Lesnar's, as far as I know, Lesnar's leaving for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, Lesnar is there to put people over because he can't challenge for the championship right now because as long as Roman is champion, he can't fucking challenge. So I feel like this may lead to Cody and Brock for the championship one day. But I mean, for this, like, to get back to that turnbuckle spot where I was saying, like, Lesnar, as far as that edge goes, he likes to hard way his ass a lot. And he did it at one point during one of their matches, and I thought they were going to do it again when he went to suplex him, and Cody just fucking just yeeted that turnbuckle pad straight in the air. I was like, oh, that's getting fucking used. And it's like, here we go. It's going to be some bloodshed in Detroit. But no, he took a sternum shot to it, and three fucking crossroads later, Cody Rhodes goes over clean in the ring by pinfall, which, good on Lesnar for putting him over. But then after this is the story, is that Lesnar goes off script, shakes Cody's hand and raises his hand to the crowd, and sitting there thinking, man, he's about to he's gonna lay him out. He fucking didn't.
No.
And it's just one of those moments where that's like an actual holy shit. Like, this is going to be a classic moment 10 years, 15 years from now. And there's some psychology there too. This all goes back to Lesnar being kind of smart about it, where it's like he's acknowledging Cody Rhodes. There's a word there I just used. Acknowledges Cody Rhodes. And he even mentions as much the next night on his promo where Cody was just like, yeah, I don't understand what happened. And then he says his mom's like, well, you dummy, he acknowledged you. That's more fucking steam leading into WrestleMania 40 because we all know where this is going. But it was a really good way of Lesnar to be like, to the crowd and to the fans, like, no, this is your guy. Like, the days of me, Orton, Cena, and fucking Batista, all these guys, that's gone. Like, this is Cody Rhodes' fucking time. And I can't wait to see that happen because, in my opinion, he is one of the guys now.
He is. And this is what I was going to get to, though, is there was no storyline, I felt, until the ending. And granted, this is me speculating what the story was this whole time. It's still not concrete, but from what I gather is Brock just didn't respect him. And he wouldn't stay down. And
you mean why they're feuding in the first place?
Correct.
Okay, so I made mention of this on Twitter as well. Now, for whatever reason, it was a throwaway line that got turned into the actuality of it, where Lesnar was pissed off that he had to open WrestleMania and that Rhodes headlined for the championship. I swear to God, that is why.
I thought that was something.
No, that's a thing.
Okay, well, that throws away my entire thought, but okay. I will say this though, the whole match, and then after he like raised his arm at the end. Did you ever watch Dexter's Laboratory?
Yes.
You know where I'm going with this?
Yes, go ahead.
Whenever the little monkey turns into a superhero, and that was like a little, I don't know, what would you describe that? Like, it wasn't a spinoff, but it's like a frequent, like...
It's like a running gag, basically.
Yeah, I guess so. Running gag is that, it's kind of like Perry the Platypus in a way,
Yeah.
But not as frequent, I don't believe. Well, the little monkey, I believe the story was he went in outer space and there was like this, like, this is how I remember it. I was like maybe 4 when this came out. I don't know, but I think it was like he was in space for like this weird Avengers type thing in space. I don't know, but pretty sure Randy Savage voiced this dude that was beating the shit out of him.
He did.
Okay, so this is not foggy kid memory.
No, that is 100% Randy Savage.
Okay, I thought so. And he was fucking beating the piss out of this monkey to the point where like the fucking finger bone was sticking out of the skin, like fucking like all kinds of shit. At the end of it, the monkey was like bashed into a fucking crater in the ship. And it's still getting back up over and over again.
You just picture Cody Rhodes being that monkey.
Yes! And then at the very end of it, he just stops wailing on him and he goes, I can break your body, but I'll never break your spirit.
That was Lesnar saying that to him, basically.
Yeah, like I was just like, you know what?
I see it.
This is a flash from the past. I like this.
Cody Rhodes wins in 17 minutes and 35 seconds. And then we move on, speaking of Randy Savage, to the 25-man Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Oh, yeah.
LA Knight, let's just go ahead and get right to the fucking end of it. There's some good spots in here. The fact that it took the entirety of the ring to eliminate Omos, which... whatever.
They've already buried him so many times. I don't get it.
I know.
No.
So the last people in the ring is LA Knight, Sheamus. On the one hand, you expect WWE to fumble the ball with LA Knight always because WWE has a very long history of not knowing what the fuck they have in front of them whenever they have it in front of them. It's
Eugene Sandow.
Yeah, it's time. It is time for LA Knight, goddammit. Now, Sheamus' time is coming again. He's had his time, but I think his second or third time is coming eventually in a different story that I'll get to. But LA Knight wins this one, and it was sorely needed because of the way they kind of fucked him at Money in the Bank, which I get why they're doing it this way. I don't think LA Knight needs that. I feel like LA Knight wins the Royal Rumble next year, honestly.
So how do you interject Cody?
He doesn't need the Rumble to just be like, Roman, you're a bitch. Fight me, you motherfucker.
Okay.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah, because now we do have 2 world titles again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 11 minutes, 55 seconds. Fantastic battle royal. Not many battle royals are that great. This was a fun one, actually.
Yeah. And LA Knight redeemed himself from the botch on Friday, so that was good.
I saw that then they did that spot again. I was like, there you go.
Yeah.
So the next match in question is the MMA rules match with Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey, as the internet loves to call her. That is exactly the review of this match. 7 minutes and 30 seconds, Shayna Baszler wins by a technical submission, and we are moving the fuck away from that pile of garbage. Somebody's listening to this podcast being like, that was my favorite match of the fucking night and you just glossed over it. Yeah, you're fucking right, I did. I can't fucking stand Ronda Rousey. I actually don't know who I hate more, her or fucking Charlotte.
Damn.
Yeah, I fucking said it. I don't give a shit.
Of the two, I'm picking Charlotte as a preference. Because, like, with Charlotte, I'm not crazy about her politics or her attitude.
But
like,
at least she belongs in the business.
yeah, like, at least, like, even you cannot sit here and say that she can't work. She can fucking work.
She's overrated as fuck, but she can work.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying that she has any business being a 14-time champion, but at the same point, how many of those 14 times was it just because Vince was looking around and saying, well, hell, who else do we have?
The next one is the second match of the night, in my opinion. This is Gunther and Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental Championship. Dude, these two, especially Gunther, but these two, fuck, man, Gunther has not missed with his matches.
No.
That motherfucker, like, you see that son of a bitch march to the ring, and you're just like, you know what? I'm getting my money's worth in this match alone. I'm happy they didn't put it on Drew, because as far as I know, they still haven't come to terms with his contract. I want Gunther to pass up the honky bucket tonk man motherfucker's reign as IC champion. Fuck that Elvis Presley looking son of a bitch.
Hey. He was a nice guy when I met him at Comic-Con.
That's nice for you. He's an old head. I'm tired of all these old motherfuckers still running wild like Hulkamania.
See, here's the thing. Is I think WWE wants to get rid of that record because they're like, Gunther is an actual professional wrestler.
I was gonna say, dude, Gunther could work.
Yeah, whereas Honky Tonk, for better or worse, was a gimmick.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm only shitting on the gimmick. Like, the dude is nice as all hell.
Yeah.
The dude definitely has a place in history, and he's a big fucking deal. But, dude, it's been your time. Go the fuck away. I'm not even sorry to say that. Like, the only guy who belongs where he is and needs to stay where he is fucking San Martino.
I respect that.
Because there's no way nobody's gonna fucking actually, like, do that shit.
No. I don't. I think we live in an era, and we will stay in that mental mindset of 8 years of a champion. No, fuck that. You know, like I don't think that in modern times and even future times, I don't think we're gonna have the patience for that.
No, like the only reason it works with Roman is because of the entirety of the gimmick surrounding it.
Right.
Again, getting to it later, Gunther and Drew put a fucking hell of a match on 13 minutes and 40 seconds. I think Sheamus should be the one to dethrone him when the time comes because he has not had that championship yet.
I agree with that. I would love if it is at Mania.
Same.
But I was going to say, in terms of Gunther and Honky Tonk, how cool would it be? Let's say it's the match before he would break the record. Like maybe it's the week before. Okay.
I think Honky Tonk shows up,
beats him in the head with the fucking guitar. And like, dude, Gunther's about to get pinned. But then maybe like foot on the rope or something like that. Like, it's like this close, dude.
That'd be fucking hilarious, actually.
Would love that.
Same. Then we move on to the World Heavyweight Championship match, 7 years in the making. This rematch has legitimately happened before, but this particular event and this particular match has been 7 years in the making. Famously, Finn Balor won the inaugural Universal Championship match when it was him and Rollins 7 years ago at SummerSlam, but Balor was injured with the buckle bomb into the barricade and had to forfeit the next night. So that is weaved into this story, which it works naturally. This match was fucking awesome. And again, to borrow from Michael Cole, the ending sucked.
Yeah, because it started off, I wouldn't say slow, but I would say standard. But then you could almost use that to the advantage of the match because you could call it pacing. I don't know. But towards like, I would say right into the last like 2 or 3 minutes, I was like eating it up. Even though like objectively you could make the argument, dude, you're kind of being overzealous and overindulgent in the near falls. However, it kind of added to it, you know, because it did give it that feeling of who's going to take it. And secondly, I've just come to the terms with Seth is the new Edge in the sense that they both love throwing every move they know in every match they have. Some people like that, some people don't, you know, but hey, if it's a good match, it's a good match. I can't fault it too heavily.
Yeah, and I think they both work extremely well together.
Yes.
The main story here is that Senior Money in the Bank, they keep teasing him. Is he helping Finn, or is he going to try to cash in on him if he wins, or is he going to cash in on whoever? Like, he's going to cash in on Seth. They're teasing the Judgment Day splitting a little bit. Dude, just the way that he was trying to legit help Finn. He's like, use the briefcase as a fucking weapon. He just could not get that through his skull. He's like, no, fucking use it. You know, you could see it in his face.
Yeah.
He's like, no, fucking use it. And Balor's like, oh, I won't have that. He fucking like gives it back to him. And then he's like, nah, you know what? Bring that shit in there. And Lab my ass if Damian Priest like, you know, fuck it. And he just flops it in there. And then Balor gets stomped into it.
I hated it.
Yeah, I hated it too, but like I see what they were doing there. And then the hard camera, you can't tell me this doesn't look like this either. You know the gif of Justin Timberlake from SNL in the fucking suit?
Yes.
You cannot fuking tell me that Damian Priest didn't have the exact same look on his face when they hard cammed his ass. Oh my God.
He wasn't mad, he was disappointed, but
it really was.
But I hate endings like that to matches because whoever is involved in it looks stupid.
The heel looks bad because it looks like the heel can't take advantage of the dastardly situation that his own teammates are setting him up for. Also looks like he can't, you know, get the job done, period. And then the babyface looks bad because it looks like he can't do it on his own cleanly.
Exactly. I think it's all, this is where I'm getting frustrated also because I love Finn Balor so much. I'll gush about him and his New Japan career all day long. Call me a mark. I don't give a fuck. It's true. I know. I don't know. I hated it, and it's, I don't know. The only thing I got, no, that's not the only thing. You know what? No, I'm staying on the soapbox because how are you going to say as Triple H, yeah, I'm making it a personal mission to make you a main event guy? When was the last time Balor won?
To that point, Balor himself has said it's not even about winning championships anymore. It's about putting good work in. He's kind of himself. I know that motherfucker's like, I'm making bank. Why would I fuck up a good thing at his run? But to your credit and to your soapbox like speech here, how the fuck you going to put you're eventually going to get a title on Priest, okay? He's Money in the Bank to me is a championship. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. How are you going to put gold and opportunity on the rest of that fucking team but not your leader?
Well, because he's not going to be leader much longer. I see the writing on the wall there. And I get that. Maybe they see, but I don't know what the plan would be because how do you turn Finn babyface just because the heels kicked him out? But if his mannerisms don't change, then he's not being a babyface. He's just...
Damian Priest is the one that will become the babyface in this one.
But how is he going to be a babyface if he's kicking Finn out, who is also a heel? They're all heels. Priest is just more babyface than the other, but he's still tied with Rhea Ripley and Dominic.
He doesn't have to be.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't have to be anybody kicking anybody out. The group dissolves completely.
Okay.
Because the natural course that's being run here is that we all want to see Damian Priest go to that next level. He's good.
Yeah.
He's real good. I think just by proxy, honestly, is that Finn is the heel. He's naturally a fucking heel. So Seth Rollins wins in 18 minutes and 30 seconds. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about the last three. Yeah, I know there's 2 matches listed, but there are 3 matches. You're listening to the Super Media Bros on the OddPods Media Network. Don't go anywhere.
Once upon a time.
Boring.
It was the best of times. It was the worst.
You got that right.
What's your problem?
We want new stories.
Hi, it's Frankie.
And Garrett. And we host the Ever Trending Story, a weekly podcast where we bring to life a fictional story created by our own minds and some of the hottest, craziest trends from the internet.
Find us wherever you download podcasts, and be sure to join the fun on social media at EverTrendingPod.
And we are back, and it's time to move on to the triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship. It is Bianca Belair versus Asuka and Charlotte Flair. Dude, I have to admit, there were a couple of, there were a few, like, clunky spots in this match, but I fucking enjoyed the shit out of this one.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair putting her best fucking acting face on. Holy shit. The only complaint was I was just like, dude, she, and this is literally not me being a dick about it. This is just an observation. When she was injured, like when her knee was injured, she swapped the knee like twice. She favored one and then switched to the other and then favored the other. And I was like, dude, which one is it?
Yeah.
But she had me convinced for a hot second that she fucked her shit up. Dude, like, the sound that she made when she thudded against the stairs, like, and she just clutched, I was like, damn, like, holy fuck. Like,
yeah.
That is some of the best selling I've seen in quite some time. That is like Bret Hart levels of selling at this point, minus the screaming and shit, which added to her though, because oh my God, I was ready for the waterworks to happen. Yeah,
dude, it came off so fucking real that if you didn't know any better, like my buddy Brian, he called me and I was watching it on my phone because I just got off work and I was fucking exhausted. I was like, nope, fuck the couch. I'm doing it in bed, and as soon as it's over, so
fucking honk shoe all day.
Yeah, dude. So I was watching it on my phone, and the whole show just stops because he was calling me, and I was like, "Hello." He's like, "Did you hear that, dude? I think Bianca's." Okay, his lisp ain't really that bad, but I gotta fuck with him on the air. But no, he was like, "Dude, did you see that? Like, dude, she's hurt. Bianca's hurt, dude." And I was like, oh, fuck.
Wait, what?
No, I didn't get to see it because you called, but yeah. What?
He bought in?
Oh, yeah, he super bought in.
Brian's a fucking idiot. Fucking Ewok-looking motherfucker.
Bruh, you ain't got to do my mans like that. Come on.
You told me to.
Hey, Brian.
Bianca Belair wins. She hobbles her ass back in the ring and hits a 450 on Charlotte, who is doing the fucking figure 8 on Asuka. But she wins with a roll up, and I'm like, okay, Asuka just got fucked. Like that entire run, just like it. They did fuck all with her. But Io Sky comes out and cashes her Money in the Bank briefcase in and wins in 8 fucking seconds and wins the women's championship. And you know what? Fucking good. I am so glad. I love Io Sky. I have loved her since Stardom. She's doing fantastic here. And like, God damn it, yes. And then Kairi Sane just re-signed with the company from what I understand. And I know that bitch is going to come back and have Asuka's back because you need a feud with these 3. You need a feud with Damage Control. And like, it's perfect if it's Kairi and Asuka.
Man.
Let's do this shit, man. I want the fucking Joshi running wild up in this bitch.
This is not going to happen. This is nowhere near a prediction. This is just me fantasy booking. Let me do my thing. Dog. Let's say they can hold the fort down and not blow their load till Mania. Before the match starts, you know who does Io's music? Poppy.
Ooh.
Because remember in NXT.
That's right.
So continuity-wise, it's kind of there, I guess. Really, I just want to see Poppy at WrestleMania. That shit would be gas.
Shit, yeah. I don't want to spend as much time as this match took, but let's move on to the main event, which I have a fucking laundry list of issues with. Roman Reigns defends the undisputed WWE Universal Championship and recognition of the tribal chief of the Anoa'i family against Jey Uso in a tribal combat match. Now, the tribal combat match was advertised as basically a fight of honor.
Mm-hmm.
No holds barred.
Mm-hmm.
The tribal combat portion comes into the stipulation of nobody is allowed to interfere in this match until after it's over with. In this 36-minute and 5-second match, not only do we not get that, we get interference by fucking Solo Sikoa. Roman gets hurt in this match, by the way, very early on.
Yeah, so at first, the match, I thought was not good.
Yeah, I can't even lie. This match was just not it.
It wasn't, and I stand on that, but once I read that he was injured, I was like, okay. You still went out for 36 minutes? Okay. I cannot shit on anybody involved, except for the production and the storyline at the end.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
Yeah, so you've got Solo Sikoa putting Jay through tables in the crowd and the production stage area. Weapons galore. There was no way Jey Uso was going to win this. There's no way he was going to win it. So I couldn't buy into any of the pinfalls. Like I was just kind of been like, that's the thing with the Bloodline story is like, it's not about really the match involved. It's what happens after.
You're right.
And what twists and turns might happen during.
Mm-hmm.
Jay has this motherfucker dead to rights in the ring as far as this crowd is concerned until a hooded figure jumps the rails. And I knew who it was by looking at the motherfucking shoes.
Yeah.
We're recording this before SmackDown. So we haven't seen what happens on SmackDown.
Yeah, so if, you listen to it on Saturday and go, dude, that got answered on SmackDown, what the fuck? Well, SmackDown hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, this is why. So Jimmy Uso yoinks Jay off of Roman as he's about to get the 3 count. Fucking why? First of all. Secondly, Roman looks confused, as he should. Paul Heyman does not look confused. Paul Heyman looks like he knows exactly what's fucking happening.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows what the fuck is happening because Jimmy instigated this entire fucking split. He's the one that kicked Roman at fucking Night of Champions. The only thing that I can think of, that promo where Jimmy was just like, I'm the tribal chief. Jimmy is jealous of Jay. There's been a ton of that fucking promo happening, over the course of the weeks prior, where he was just like jealous of Jay and all this other shit. It's like maybe he doesn't feel like Jay should be tribal chief because he doesn't want him to end up like Roman is. There's that story, but there's a hint of like jealous rage heel in his face. There's no way that this was a like, I can't let you do this. This was like a fuck you. You're not going to do this.
Yeah.
There's seeds planted of like Solo Sikoa and Roman having some fucking issues. I really think that Jimmy has gone rogue. Even though they're like, oh, he's returning to SmackDown to acknowledge the tribal chief. Like, no, fuck all that shit. What if he's coming back to acknowledge himself as the tribal chief and being like, no, fuck you. This is my house. I really would like to see this go to a 4-way at Survivor Series.
Yeah, and that's probably where they're going.
The only thing that I see this happening in-game wise is Jimmy versus Jay at Mania because they actually want to do that. They have mentioned this several times that this is something they want to do before they retire. Cool. Okay. You got a fuckload of time between now and April.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are you going to do?
I got nothing.
Exactly, dude. I got nothing. For the first time, aside from the Survivor Series and Jimmy versus Jay and Cody versus Roman, like, that's what should be building to, I guess. I have no fucking clue what is happening between now and then. And then Paul Heyman at the press conference after was like, oh, we're in the bottom of the third inning. And I'm just like, dude, you better fucking wrap this shit up at the fifth inning because I'm about to fall asleep, bruh.
See, I wouldn't say that. It's like, to me, the storyline has not let me down yet. You know, I mean, I have faith in it. It's just that I don't understand it right now, but I'll let that slide until proven that it was just incoherent. Because like I said, everything else has been cinema, you know, when it comes to the Bloodline storyline. So we'll see. But I stand by what I said in that the match was a missed opportunity for a lot. And not even counting the injury. I'm talking like, just like, how is this any different than any other no holds barred match? Like, I don't understand the interference.
Why couldn't they have come out and done their fucking like tribal dance? Remember how the Usos used to do that fucking shit? Yeah. Where was that? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like, the theatrics were missing.
Yes. Y'all want to pride yourselves on being this big corporate sports entertainment and with crazy budget and everything. Where was the budget? And it's the main event, so it's even worse.
It's one of 4 main events, Devin.
What the fuck?
I know, dude.
It's one main event.
Roman Reigns wins in 36 minutes and 5 seconds, and I have no idea where they're going from here, but I guess we'll find out because I don't believe we're covering another WWE PLE until Survivor Series.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I mean, I don't mean that facetiously. It's just like, okay. I don't know. WWE has been killing it with their live events, like their premium live events. You know, like they've all been great, except for this one. It was still fun, but I feel like this one was just not to the same standard as their other shows this year.
No, not at all. But I will say that it was miles better than the 1993 edition from Detroit.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So if just a shameless plug here, if you want to hear us,
here we go.
If you want to hear us dogpile the fuck out of the 1993 SummerSlam event, we are going to be doing our 30-year Time Machine series in 2 weeks, and we're bringing a friend along. Our pal Russ from the Infectious Groove podcast is going to come hang out with us and talk about this event because guess what? We have an eyewitness account. This son of a bitch was in the fucking crowd for this pay-per-view. And I can't wait to hear what he has to say because I can't imagine how abysmal it was in person because I thought it was fucking abysmal on VHS and I've seen it a few times. So
y'all are old. I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, I was 7, so.
Yeah, Russ was old enough to be at the show and actually have real memories of it.
I kind of feel sorry for him that he has real memories of it, though.
Fuck.
God damn it, poor Russ. Scarred him for life so bad, he's just like, dude, fuck pro wrestling. I'm just going to do a music podcast. I can't even handle it. Visit supermediabrospodcast.com for past, present, and future episodes. Check out all the other shows on the OddPods Media Network by visiting oddpodsmedia.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on social media. Devin is taking a fucking vacation next week because the poor bastard needs one.
Yeah, I'm tired.
They working him to death over there. But I don't know if it's so much of a vacation as it is like a relief for you because like when you hear what's happening, you're going to be like, good fucking thank God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Friend of the show, Trevor from Catching Up on Cinema, is going to come hang out with me for a Cult Cinema Saturday episode where we're going to talk about the 1997 Jean-Claude Van Damme film Double Team, which also starred Mickey Rourke and Dennis Rodman. Green hair, don't care.
Fuck.
See, exactly.
God damn it.
I know you're happy about not having to do fuck all with that. We've seen some pretty good and bad JCVD movies.
Yeah. Bloodsport the GOAT.
Bloodsport is the fucking best. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Bloodsport is the best.
It's so funny to me. Fucking 45-minute montage, I swear to God.
Hey man, at least it wasn't pound of flesh.
Fair enough.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us this week. This has been WWE SummerSlam 2023, episode 287. Until next week, I'm Richie.
And I'm Devin.
Shades on.
We're off.